So I got a new amplifier for my guitar. It's a Fender L25. It's got a different effects on it. So it's actually got a foot switch, or it's supposed to be a foot switch input, which is just a 1/4-inch mono jack. When that's closed, it goes to one setting. When it's open, it goes to the other. Well, I was thinking my pedal board's already pretty full. It's only for three pedals, I guess. I could put a stereo jack in here, have the signal from the guitar going to one side of it, the selection going to the other side, so it can be on and off right next to my kill switch. I think that might work. I don't know, I guess we'll find out. I need to expand this and actually have it have some more room in here. Got this jig. I can take this apart, put this on top, and that should show me, you know, a good visual illustration of where this is going to be. You know, maybe I'll even punch through the whole thing. That way I can just, you know, easily access the back, which will make hacking a lot easier. And of course, if this all works, it was all my idea, and if not, Jackson, you said it was a good idea, so just putting that out there. So things are mostly disassembled here. You know, from what I can see, I think maybe I'll try to put another cavity from here to here to give it a little more access. Maybe open this up a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in here, which is 1 1/4, and you can see where the 2-inch cut will be. So you don't wanna make it here. You don't wanna make it like this because it just will take everything out. But if I make it more like this, it'll be closer to the center. I don't know, maybe like that, I guess. So from there we can line up our 2-inch bit. Should make a nice hole in it. The hole's offset just a little bit. That's a good thing. There it is. Nice big hole. A little thin here, but I think that'll hold up. This hole here, it would be nice to have that a little bit bigger, so I'll go ahead and drill that out. And I might put another cavity through here. I don't know. And while I'm at it, why not drill through this too? So my guitar is disassembled. I added some shielding and stuff because, you know, why not? Also added a couple more coats of teak oil. And right now I'm working on a like a plug. This will actually plug in, and it flexes a little bit. So this one's not quite as tight as I hoped. So this one should be a little tighter. I'm putting that right now. But the thing that I need to work on right now is, let's see. This is the jack that I was using before. It's got a ground wired into the kill switch. Now what I'm going to do is transfer this over to a stereo jack. So basically this and this will be the same, but I'll have another wire going off the, you know, either the right or the left. I don't know quite which one that is. Yeah, so I'll transfer this over to the stereo jack and basically add another line that I can switch independently and pull it to ground in one channel, while the other one has the signal, and it can also be kill switched, if that's a word. So go ahead and transfer that over right now. All right, so I've got my stereo jack wired up. I got the signal to the the ring, let's see, the guitar signal to the tip, the auxiliary signal to the ring, and then ground goes to the bass, which here I'm using green as ground because that's fairly standard, and I didn't have any more black. So necessity is the mother of invention, I guess. Now, as far as this goes, you can just take these screws off and should be able to screw it in. And there we have it. All right, let's see if it fits in. Looks like the actual, how it's gonna fit in there might need to be a little bit wider. So might have to open that up a little bit. All right, a little more work with the Dremel tool, and there we go. I'll use this piece of solid wire, loop this over a little bit, and then I'll run it through. So just have to go through this, and then I'll use this to pull it back. Yep, and that's how we do that. So I went ahead and ran the wires through. You know, basically I've got to figure out some way to put another button here, probably beside it somewhere. But then basically all the wires are just hanging out here. So, you know, it's got everything I need to work with it now. All right, so I need to put a hole through the pick guard at just the right spacing. So I've got enough space to push it, and also so it clears everything. I went ahead and made this other jig for this. Basically I could line it up here, and then I'll know that if I put the hole in here, everything should be clear. Now, if it's off a few degrees, that should be fine too. Anyway, I'll try to put it about level with that. For the second button, all right, so good. There is enough clearance there, should be. So I'll go ahead and put a 12mm hole in it so I can put the other button in there. Yeah. Well, hopefully that'll look okay. Yeah, you can see a little bit of a nick here, but you know, if it's not perfect, it adds character, right? So basically those are the buttons that I need on there. Black and white, the red is that'll be the actual kill switch, whereas the black will be the kill switch for like the temporary kill switch. Now I'm also going to put a latching button on there. I'm going to try that, but I'm also going to try it like this so you can do like a kill switch with effects on the stereo jack. Glad I made this hole a little bit bigger. Easier to get that through. All right, so in theory, if I hook this up with the mono jack, it should play, even though I don't have anything hooked up here. It's all that's the kill switch and the secondary switch, you know, to the ring, I guess, ring connection. We'll see what happens. All right, it's way out of tune, but it does work. So that's a good thing. So tune this up and you can play something a little bit better. So I finally got this hooked up. I put a stereo cable on it. So one side gives a signal for the guitar, which can be grounded out with the foot switch, and the other side actually switches what effect it's doing. It's this black button. So basically you've got two sides going here, and it actually looks like it'll work pretty well. So kill switch, and this is the effect switch. So way I've got this hooked up, it's pretty messy right now, but basically the left is the guitar signal, I believe, whereas the right is the pedal switch that goes into here. So I'm breaking this off before the pedal board, which you know, you can put some other effects, tune it, etc., into there, and then it goes out to a mono jack here, whereas the other side goes here. So it's split up before the pedal board, and yeah, it's a real mess right now, but works out pretty well. And then you can do this cool effect where you use the kill switch and the effects pedal, at the effects button at the same time. I've actually got these latching switches that I'm going to install this on the bottom. From what I read on the reviews, apparently you can also kind of press it down just a little bit to have it do like an effect like that. So I'll swap this out and see what happens. So I want to make this modification, I'm going to have to change out the wiring, right? But cool thing about this is with this design, I've just got this plug that goes in here, pull it off. Maybe you need to look at that a little bit more as far as how flexible this is, but that mostly holds it in there. I've got these all wired up with these Wago lever nuts, these 2-position lever nuts. I got these from Automation Direct, so big shout out there. Thanks so much for that. These I had from somewhere else, but yeah, it looks pretty nice. So all I got to do is pop out the momentary switch and then pop this in. Also need to solder it up, but yeah, it's pretty neat. Flip these lever nuts open, and yeah, that's done there. And then let's see the little bank of 3. Which, you just have to run one ground wire and it can all go off there. So that's nice. Take this off. And yeah, these lever nuts are awesome. You can like put all kinds of different gauge wires on it and stuff, including stranded and solid. So here I've got the stranded to make it more flexible. And I can pop this out. And there we go. And then I gotta solder this up, and then I can pop it back in. Alright, got that there. And then put the ground to the one lever nut. Got that there, and then, yep, of course you don't want to pinch your fingers. And then the blue goes to the other lever nut. Got that. And I got that. Just got to make sure you don't get the plastic insulation, otherwise that won't work. So it would seem. So then stuff this all down here and it should be good to go. So yeah, for testing you can also do it like that, I guess, but that's not really the right way. So a little bit of a pain to stuff it all in there, but not too bad. Well, it's good enough for now. Alright, so look at this. So if you do a light touch, it'll just do the same thing as before. But a more, you push it all the way down and it'll lock down. And then of course you can use the kill switch if you want to with either way. And of course, you can change the amp around to different presets and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, change that. It's the Mustang L25 by Fender that you can change around like this. So I imagine others work this way, but this is yeah, it's pretty neat for this one at least.